Are live. Hello, gentlemen.
Mm, Hi.
I'm just trying to open your TV.
Well, anyway, I'm your
I'm
host
also
Elizibar,
streaming.
and I'm streaming, man. We're live. You can check it out. You can go look.
Oh, okay.
I'm showing the playlist right now. Uh, so
I'm
I'm.
not seeing any stream.
Well, maybe you need to hit F5 and
Whoa,
refresh.
whoa, whoa. Okay, the stream. Okay, it works.
Come on, guys, work with me here. Work with me. So I'm your host Elizibar, and we're going to listen to "Witness the End" by Mr. Brenn, who is sitting over there. He's French. You will notice who he is when he talks because he's French, and it's very obvious. I've also got Pudding here, who was with us last time we did a listening party because we listened to one of his albums. So, gentlemen, uh, Bryn, go ahead, introduce yourself, say a little bit about yourself, and then we'll have Pudding introduce himself, and then we'll listen to some music.
Um, I tried to make music, and that's pretty much all.
That,
Mm,
come on, man, you can do better than that. I try to make music. Yeah, come on, even
He's
my
also a
nephew.
French guy who likes to
Wow.
make metal.
Yes.
mm,
My ears are bleeding. Uh, that
so,
Swedish interruption right there. You know, it's just like the Napoleonic Wars.
this album is about a story. In fact, that story I made from for a tabletop RPG.
Was from
So,
a role play session.
yeah, yes, that kind of stuff. And so we played through the campaign, and this is so the story.
It's the story of what?
Of I can't explain all the stuff because it's gonna take forever. I mean, the album is doesn't explain everything because there's way too much stuff that happened. So if
How
I
long was this session?
what
How long was this campaign?
we played for a year, I think,
A year.
a whole year. And yeah, so I can't explain all the story behind the album.
Oh, but at a high level, like, what's it about? I mean, some of the names are very evocative of something, like big going on. Like, I'm just looking here at the first couple songs on the playlist: "The All Being," "Sons of Armageddon," "Stratofender." Oh, that's just a guitar, dude. "Doom," "The
Yeah,
Great Stronghold." Now we're talking "Temple of Crazed Cultists." They must have had some pudding.
Dead
"Celebration for the
gods are
Dead."
jailed in hell.
Yes, exactly.
so,
This
so
sounds so epic.
um, so it's about people who have blood, which is from a god. The god is Armageddon, so it explains the name Sons of Armageddon. And there are three acts in the story. So in the first act, it's more or less some kind of a made-up prophecy that says there are rebels in these lands, and these guys can change stuff, but there are also some curses and stuff like that. And I explained the other acts when we are going to get there. So it's mostly an heroic fantasy world with electric guitars, because why not?
Naturally. I mean, when I think fantasy worlds, I think clearly they have electric guitars so people can go shred.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just a very natural, normal, healthy kind of thing. All right, so we've got like this epic fantasy thing. There's gods and death and Doom the Great Stronghold and crazed cultists, possibly named Pudding. Pudding, you introduce yourself a little bit now. We had you on a couple weeks ago for your album.
Yeah, hi, I'm Pudding and I also make music. And my style is experimental, and I'm here to co-commentate on Brenn's album. Also makes, I'll give my opinions and give some critique as well.
Yep, all right. That sounds good. I'm gonna click up here to the first video in the playlist, which it didn't load correctly or something because there's no actual picture associated with it, so it's just like this very minimalistic white, black, white thing. You can probably see it on the stream right now. I'm just like, what is going on? There's a picture over here in the
That's
thumbnail,
modern art.
but
No,
but here
this,
we have no picture. This is very avant-garde. We're trailblazing.
I just used the MP3 to MP4 MP3 to MP4 converter, and I just uploaded the videos. So yeah, they have no image, which is kind of a good thing because I don't own the images I used for the album.
Neither do I own any images in my videos.
All right.
Just
Well,
use
now that
it's small property.
we've had some admissions of copyright infringement here, we're gonna hit play. So I'm gonna, like I said before the call, I'm gonna mute the voice chat here so that the stream can't hear it while the music's playing, and I'm gonna unmute it when it's over and talk, and we can do our thing. All right. So here we go. If you're ready, you're ready. It doesn't matter if you're ready. We're going anyway. Well, that was very short because it was just
Indeed.
like the little intro prelude. It was very epic sounding. The guitar kept building me up. I was ready for it to just suddenly bust loose in like this fiery solo of death.
Sounds like an opening to some battle or so.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Pudding, are you dying over there? Like,
Just muted himself.
I muted the worst of it, okay? Hello.
he's dying,
Is my music so bad?
or it's so good.
Curse you, Brenn.
I think it's the music is so good that it's dangerous. Is what's going on.
I cut myself on your chord. You cut me with your guitar. Right.
Oh, that's the worst. Don't cut people with your guitar. I don't think there's a whole lot to say about the intro track. So unless you disagree, I'm just gonna go ahead and get Sons of Armageddon playing.
No, there's not much to say.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get the next track rolling.
Am I going to get cut again?
Yeah, of course.
Probably a whole lot. Just brace yourself.
Excuse the profanity.
You know, go get some like bandages or something. Prepare yourself. You know, for what's coming.
I get a pillow. Maybe that will stop the play. Or guitar strings.
All right, I'm gonna go hit play now. You weirdos. Oh, that took me longer than I expected to actually click on the unmute button. I missed it like 3 times. I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I learned a whole lot while we were listening to that. I learned about a robot named Son of Armageddon who fought in German robot wars against other robots, including fighting dead metal.
That's an awesome name.
You know, I think this says something here. You know.
Yeah.
Uh, so listen to the piece. I mean, it's very obviously heavy metal. You're jamming along. Um, I don't think I have a lot to say about it because I just kind of liked it. Like I was sitting here and I'm just like, nodding my head, looking at pictures of robots. Speaking of which, we can put a picture of a robot over here for people to look at. Look at that. Look at that robot right there. Oh,
To me, it felt like a theme song of some sort.
yeah. I think that's a legit way to put it.
And I held
Okay.
down so hard, I think I received brain hemorrhage.
You should proceed to a doctor and have that looked at.
Dad, I need to see a doctor. Okay.
What?
Okay. I just told my dad I need to see a doctor.
Okay, am I the only one who don't understand pudding at all? Or is it just me?
Um, no comment.
I don't know. I think I understand myself pretty well, actually.
I would
Might
sure
be
hope
bad.
so. I would sure hope so. Uh, yeah. I mean, that was a good like first real track. It kind of sets the mood, sets the tone. It provides some energy, and I'm ready to go listen to Stratofender. I'll probably play Stratofender and then the next song because it's only gonna be like 3 minutes, and then if there's something to talk about for either of them, we can talk about it then.
Okay. Mm,
Anything else you want to say?
um, well, the goal of the track was just to make some classic metal, because it just sets up all the characters, which are sons of Armageddon. And Armageddon is a god who made electric guitars working and stuff like that. So yeah, it's mostly just a track about hey, it's metal, and yeah, that's all.
Okay. Let's go get some more metal. Oh yeah. So Stratofender was just I'm going to noodle around on the guitar for a little bit,
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
and then Doom was like what I expect to hear from you, Bren. Big, heavy, plotting, kind of like. Actually, Doom is a really good name because that song very much I feel like fits into the doom metal kind of category. So
Well, yeah, because in fact, Doom is the stronghold of Armageddon, and so obviously I made a Doom metal song about it. And Stratofender is guitars I picked up in some random cave. Uh, okay, there's also other stuff happening, but just gonna not gonna talk about it because it's too freaking long.
Too freaking long.
okay, but I should remind you that you should never just pick up random guitars you find in a cave. You don't know if they're going to be poisoned or cursed, or if the strings are actually like razor wire or
I'm
monofilament
going to
wire.
cut pudding.
Yeah, and it's going to cut pudding. Exactly.
Um, they were not experienced player, so as a game master, I can't just make traps just at the beginning of
Yes, you can.
the campaign. That's just too mean.
I like it when you're mean. Okay?
What?
You're not mean enough. Be meaner.
Hold on, let me
Not sure
consult
about
the
that.
Ninja Weasel in the chat and see what he has to say about GMs that have traps that just murder people right at the beginning of the game. Like, I'm sure he's never experienced that.
Meanwhile, I can give my opinion on
Yeah,
these songs.
talk.
Strike Defender felt like some kind of level up song to me. Felt like we were advancing to the next level. And Doom, the Great Stronghold, reminded me of a Barbarian Stronghold, which you enter and see all these beef or buff dudes walk
Buff
around.
dudes, yeah.
Yeah, buff dudes. Really buff with heavy metal plating and such.
Okay, so elizibar, are you okay to say that Pudding voice cuts all the time, or is it just me?
I don't hear him cutting a lot, but his the gain or something is up really high, so he clips, and it makes it kind
Uh-huh.
of hard to understand him because there's a lot of distortion.
Should I lower it?
You might want to give that a try, sir.
Okay,
Because for me, it cuts all the time. So it's kind of hard to get what he says.
hello?
E1M1? Oh, is that the...
Hello?
Yeah? Oh,
Is it better?
yeah. It's
Yeah,
totally
you're much softer, but you're more understandable now. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so I've been taking notes here. We got guitars in a cave, and we got buff dudes.
Big, rough barbarian dudes with lots of muscles. They are also oiled up.
Okay.
Elizibar is just stump.
So, you have any other comments about the two tracks we just listened to, Pudding, or should I just move on to Temple of the Crazed Cultists?
I think the tracks distorted a little bit, but I don't know if that's intentional or not. Otherwise, they were pretty decent.
Thanks.
I don't know if I really heard any distortion. I never heard, like, maybe there was some distortion, but I never heard the gain get high enough that the sound
Yeah.
clipped. So, if there
But
was
we have-
distortion, I didn't even notice it.
But we have like different headphones as well, so
That is true.
it's different for both of us. Yeah.
I still have the old version of Witness the End, in which the gain was way too high. And everything was unlistenable.
All right. Let's get this Temple of the Crazed Cultist thing going. That's a pretty short track, and Assault looks pretty short, and Celebration for the Deads. Why is that plural instead of just dead? I don't know. We'll find out. I'll probably listen to all three of those in a row here. It'll just take a couple of minutes, and then we can talk about any or all of them when we get done. All right, you guys ready to roll?
Yeah.
Yep.
See you on the other side.
I need to put all this stuff on hotkeys so I can do it quicker. Hello, we're back.
That song was very happy. Okay. The last one.
Wait. The last one?
Yeah, the last one. It's not the way to happy for what for its intentions.
Well, I mean, it is celebration for the dead. It's not
Yeah.
like funeral dirge for the dead. Uh, but going back a little bit, Temple of the Crazed Cultists, uh, it sounded like it fit an exotic kind of locale, which I liked. That seemed like good for cultists that are crazed, like wherever they're at. It seemed appropriate. And I liked what Pudding said in the. Jeez, dude. Yeah, this is the jungle theme, right? There we go. I read it for you. I don't know if it sounded like a jungle, but it sounded like somewhere exotic. So I kind of like that. Uh, Assault. As soon as it started, you could hear the danger. Hence my little comment of "sounds perilous" that I typed up in the on the stream in my big notepad window, and it felt short. I think I would have liked that to have lasted a little bit longer. Like it felt like that was the beginning of something, and then we were gonna have like some crazy heavy metal fight music, and then instead we got Celebration for the Dead's,
Yeah.
which felt out of
Like-
place.
Like my comment said, felt like a combat opening.
Yeah, like yet another combat intro, exactly. And then Celebration for the Dead started right after that, and it was jarring. The guitar that it starts with felt really out of place right after Assault. Later on, towards like the latter half of Celebration for the Dead's, you got this lead guitar that's just like it's time to shred, and that kind of helped alleviate some of the frustration. But there was some definite frustration there as a listener.
If I may be harsh on the last song we listened to, the pieces didn't, or the instruments didn't really synergize very well. It's kind of elizibar said that.
The situation
What
about
were your thought process about when you made this song?
what?
What was your thought process when you were making the songs here?
For Celebration for the Dead,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
it's kind of hard to explain because during that assault, two of the party members died, but the rest of the party, who
Why
was
does
still
it sound
alive,
happy?
what?
If people just died, why does it sound happy?
Because they didn't care that much that people died. Because
God, that's horrible.
So they're celebrating it. Well, yeah, we didn't really care that you died, but you know what? We got some beer here. We're gonna celebrate.
We can sell their clothes and their equipment.
because there was guys which weren't useful at all during the assault and during previous stuff. So
if you're useless, you're just nobody.
it's kind of like
You don't
that.
have any value. You don't have any value.
You're good to nothing just to die. And
I mean, you're like called your that party is filled with a bunch of assholes.
Wow.
and they kinda are.
So this theme
have to
kind of
admit.
fits them, okay?
What?
The theme kind of fits with them with the backstory to the piece.
Nice.
Funny with a backpack.
Yes.
Also, fun fact: the Temple of the Crazed Cultists. I just stole the name from a Brothos campaign.
Well, whatever works, right?
I have no
Oh.
comment.
Yeah. No further comment. He Who Rules the Horrors is next, so I'm gonna get that song going, and we'll see how it goes. Because it's gonna go. See, it's going. We're going. So it's going.
No, it's stopping.
Let's go.
All right. That really felt like music that should have been in the game Doom, man. I wanted a shotgun and a chainsaw, and I wanted to be cutting down hordes of imps. I was ready to rock.
Nice. That's a nice feeling.
Yeah,
That's a nice feeling.
it's a great feeling. I was ready. Uh, like that was, it was like one of those songs that kind of gets you pumped. I was in the mood, man. And the guitar, the way you were doing that, where everything was kind of, oh, I almost said downbeat. That's not the right word. Down mood. I don't know how to express the thought that's in my head properly right now. Probably I need more caffeine, but like it felt dark and violent, and I was just ready to
It
go.
felt grim. That's
Yeah.
what it's trying to express.
The song is written in 7/4, which is a kind of weird time signature. So yeah, that might be the down stuff we're talking about. Because the rhythm was there's every 7 beats, the rhythm kind of breaks. So yeah.
Yeah, that might have been the effect. Pudding, do you have anything else to say about this track? Because after listening to it, I kind of want to get into the flaming pit to see if we kind of carry on that mood.
Want me to be honest or nice?
Okay.
Use your judgment.
Use your judgment. I can't say that I really like because of the riff and breaking. That's probably why. And the lead guitar was a little bit too high pitched, but otherwise I can see why elizibar got pumped by.
Lead guitar is high pitched.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. We're just going to move right along now. I'll see you guys in a minute. Or 3.
Thanks.
Good. That was good.
Thank you.
Dude, you got to work on your mix downs.
Yeah, I know.
There were 3 separate places in that song where I heard the sound, the gain peaking, causing it to clip, and that was just terrible. It took me totally out of it. Because before that, I was like head nodding right along with the drums. Especially when it first started, I really like that big plodding kind of doom metal drum. I haven't listened to doom metal in forever, so like I used to listen to it a lot when I was in undergrad, like 15 years ago, and then I just kind of stopped for a long time. And so it was kind of like nice. I'm like, yeah, that kind of plodding beat that's heavy and foreboding. I'm like, yes, I'm down with this. And then we get to like 220, and you've like risen from that descent down, and you're going up to that loud crescendo, and there's lots of noise, and I hear your lead guitar in the background clipping, clipping, clipping,
Clipping.
and then it stopped,
Clipping.
and then it stopped, and then it started again at about the 2:45 mark, and
And we
then
could
you're
hear the lead guitar. Clipping.
yeah,
Clipping.
it's just like an Edgar
Clipping.
Allan Poe story. You know, the telltale guitar was clipping.
Clipping. Clipping.
Clipping.
Clipping.
It really took me out of the song.
It took him out.
Yeah, the only reason I'm still alive is I escaped it afterwards. It tried to kill me.
It tried to kill him.
It was brutal. But Pudding, what did you think? Sounds like you guys were talking before I hit the unmute button on the chat channel on Discord.
I did actually enjoy this song. When I said in the chat, in the stream, that felt like it got worse by the minute, I did not mean the quality, I meant the mood, because it felt like a descent, but not a descent in your, what should we call it, not in a literal way. It felt more like the madness increased and everything got worse around. That was the interpretation I got from the song.
That's a nice thing, I guess, because that's the theme of when the players are in a dungeon, and in that dungeon there's a titanic beast, which is some
It's
kind
really
of
fat.
yeah,
It's
it's
a
like
Titanic.
yeah, really giant flaming beast.
Okay.
And the more it goes, the more it awakens. And
Doesn't sound good.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hold on, I got giant flaming beast here. Let me just search for Balrog on DuckDuckGo. Oh look, giant flaming beasts.
So is this like a boss fight? Is this after this place?
No, they clearly can't at that moment fight the beast, because when I say it's giant, I mean it's not giant like it's a Balrog. I mean it's giant like
A mountain?
Godzilla.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was just
Well, it's just to get to work then and start chopping away at it with your sword.
What?
It's gonna take a while, but yeah. I mean, you need to kill it.
All right. Well, there are
They
a
are
lot
going to
fewer
kill it.
pictures. I went to see if there were pictures of a giant flaming Godzilla, and except for the meltdown Godzilla, which is only in one movie. Oh, and apparently the picture's just gone, even though the preview's here. Whatever. Except for the meltdown Godzilla, there's not really any flaming Godzilla. Oh, here's meltdown Godzilla. That's right before Godzilla dies. He's getting ready to fight Destroya, and he ends up dying in that fight. But it's okay because the son of Godzilla is there and absorbs the radiation and becomes the new Godzilla. Good movie. Nice chat.
I actually saw it when I was a kid, but I don't remember anything about it, except that Godzilla had a meltdown.
Oh, what is this link? Oh, hey. I'm glad that wasn't something that I would need to delete this video for. Cool. I shouldn't click links when I'm on stream. It's bad.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, I like the track. Let's see. So next we have Dead Gods Are Gelled in Hell.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's go learn all about these dead gods. And you totally cut out. I didn't hear a word of that. It sounded like you just went, dep, dep, dep. He's doing it intentionally now. All right. I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Dead gods can't escape as long as there are people worshiping at a specific. I don't know that last word. Is that supposed to be altar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just didn't translated it.
Okay, I'm like looking at this and I'm
English.
like, is this a foreign word? Is Brenn just like gaslighting me with words that don't even exist in French? I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't translate it.
Uh,
But yeah, anyway,
so I'm sure you saw on the stream what my thoughts on this were, because this is like what this makes me feel like. The lead is sitting up there so high, and it's just kind of dancing over top of everything else, and the rest of it is like. I definitely get the death and the in hell part from that, but the lead kind of makes me think like they're trying to get out, or maybe one of them is like giving an inspirational speech to the other dead gods or something. I don't know.
well, they kind of have to make a good escape because they need him to defeat the giant flaming beast. So yeah, they're doing a bunch of stuff to free him.
All right, pudding.
My main thoughts were about the chorus of the song, where Brenn shredded and then he let the music slow down a little bit. And when this fast shred hit, kind of felt like madness again, but I mean, this fury instead of like everything's mad, like some kind of battle fury you get from cutting up with a bunch of dudes, and then it goes down the slower BPM, I presume, or at least a slower rhythm. And when a death happens, I felt like kind of like mood switched from furious to exhausted and relieved, just like when out exercising, you get that dopamine.
I have to admit, I only caught like half of the words that you said. You were cutting out again, although it was different from when you were cutting out before.
Yeah, it's my gain time.
No, it's not a gain, it's just cut.
Yes, cut.
Yeah,
But
your
can you hear me
voice cut. Yeah, I think.
Okay, should I like?
If you
say it
can
again?
recap those thoughts, because you said some, like I caught half of what you're saying. Like I heard the word exercise, and I was just like confused. Like, are we going for a walk or something? Like, what happened
No.
here?
So,
It goes on.
okay, my summary is: the chorus felt like fury, a kind of fury you get from fighting. Did you hear me?
Yeah, fury from fighting.
Yeah, and then that was when the shred was fast. Got that?
Yep, fast shred.
Yeah, and when the shred became slower, I got another feeling. The mood kind of changed from furious to that kind of feeling you have after you have exercised. You feel relieved and feel good about yourself. There's like this release of strain on you.
Yeah, I see. And was it somewhat good or bad or?
The overall song.
Yeah.
I think it was a little bit above. I think it was more good than bad. Yeah? But not really mediocre.
Well, I liked it. All right, let's see. What do we got? We got Flying Void, which is 25 seconds long, and then Against the Ormageddon. All right, we'll listen to those two, and we'll come back and chat and take it from there. So let's do it, guys. I don't know
I
why I'm
hope
saying
you
let's
like
do it,
Fate.
because I'm the one that's going to hit play. So let's go do it, me. Yes, there we go. All right.
That's
That
weird.
that definitely felt super actiony.
Yeah, it felt like a boss fight.
It did. Right from the beginning, man. That felt
Yeah, it
like oh
felt like the boss threw his
yes,
entire arsenal at you at once.
yes, yeah. Like as it started off, I'm thinking, all right, this sounds like maybe this is the part of Doom where I'm at the end of an episode and I've just walked out of the Tower of Babel and there's the cyber demon getting ready to pulp me to death with rockets. And then it was like, maybe I need a bigger gun. Or, to quote Dick Durkin from Split Seconds, big fucking guns. Uh,
You need a tank.
Tanks work too. Tanks are just big guns on
An
treads.
entire battleship.
That
The
might
Death
be.
Star.
That's probably going too far.
No.
Uh, that's indeed the final boss theme of the first act. So, yeah.
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 Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we got the what you expected, like what you were planning for it to imply, is what we picked up on. That's always a cool thing when the audience understands what the message was. Uh, yeah, my other comments are right at the beginning of that. Someone, or it wasn't for that one, it's for Flying Void. Someone likes tapping the strings fast. Just, you think you're Malmsteen or something?
Yeah,
And the other
yeah.
comment is just, you got to work on those mix downs, man. They're like at the 2 minute, 2:20 mark.
Yeah.
There was
That,
so much clipping and distortion going on.
it was like that with the other songs as well. Like 2 minutes in and 20 minutes, 20 seconds seems to be like a magic number where your songs clip.
Yeah, maybe that's a feature of his music. He just hasn't told us yet. Is he makes
Yeah.
it clip in all of his
It's
songs?
a trademark. It's a trademark.
That's how you know
It's Brenn.
that maybe.
Yeah. My music will always clip at 2 minutes in and 20 seconds.
People have weirder things that they do. Okay, Brent, I see we've got like a bunch of relatively short songs coming up.
And then one
and-
that's 60 minutes.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking, can we listen to like these 1 minute, 1.5 minute long songs, like these four, and then just kind of talk about them as a batch, or are they thematically so distinct from each other that that would be a bad idea?
Mm, they are, but I don't really mind that much.
Okay, let's do that. I'm. This is kind of a long album. There's a lot of tracks. I'm trying to make sure that we can get through all of this and at least touch on all of it before the day's over. You know.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cue up Malekith, Dark Elves King, and did I just mispronounce that really bad?
No, that's the right thing.
All right. All right. Well, I'm gonna get that going, and we'll listen to these next four tracks, and after Nostradamus, we'll come back and we'll talk about it and see what we got to say. Here we go. Oh man, let's unmute. Let's unmute. Oh man, all right. That was a lot to listen to and have to unpack here. Okay, let me scroll up in my
Crazy
little
idea.
notepad.
Crazy idea. Everyone.
All right. So, yeah, so that first track we listened to was actually supposed to be an acoustic guitar.
Didn't you notice that?
I couldn't tell. The sound font didn't convince me as to what it was. It's just like, this sounds like a synthetic guitar, is what I got from it. And whether it was supposed to be an acoustic or not, I don't know. But it
Wrong
totally, when
time.
it was playing, I kind of got one of my favorite Blind Guardian songs is Harvest of Sorrow, which I've listened to in like all 5 different languages they've sung it in. And that I kind of got like that kind of feel from Malekith, Dark Elves King. That's why I was thinking, oh, this should be like straight up played on an acoustic because it sounds like that. Uh, I liked it. Uh, I didn't like the sound of the guitar itself, but I liked the music. The I didn't like the instrumentation. I liked the song, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
How it's made, composition.
Yeah, the composition was great. I loved
Right.
all of that. I just didn't like your choice of guitar sound.
No one likes that guitar sound.
But it needs to be a different guitar, is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Then True
Also
Hell
agree about
Sect. Oh, Pudding, if you got something to say about Malekith, go ahead.
Malekith. I didn't really get the whole Dark Elves vibe. It felt like more like a desert thing to me because of the acoustic guitar. But when you like hit us with that the guitar at the end, it felt like Dark Elves King has just revealed himself.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of got the mood back into where you would go.
The Malekith becomes the Dark Elves King at the end when the electric guitar comes in.
Yeah.
The kind of
Kind
stuff
of
before
understood
that is more like he's being tortured and threatened and lots of stuff
Is that a
until
standard part of becoming the king of the Dark Elves? Did you get tortured?
it's a standard thing. Mm, for the Dark Elves, even if you don't want to be king, you're going to be tortured.
Oh,
That's
great
how it
people.
works.
Great people. All right. Cool
Again,
deal. Go ahead.
asshole.
Oh, assholes. Yeah. Got it. True Hell Sect. I know the sound was reversed and all that. I've played around with doing music backwards before myself, although not quite as strongly as you did, because I still had several forward-facing uh, layers in the track.
Instruments.
Yeah. But True Hell Sect, man, that just sounded like a wall of noise. I could tell from the drums that you had just reversed basically everything in it. I can't say that I really liked it, and there was a whole lot of clipping that kicked in around the 50-second mark. Since that wasn't the 2 minutes and 20-second mark, I know that's not part of your trademark style and was not intended.
Mm-hmm. Gotta work on that, Brenn. Gotta work on that.
Mixing down is hard. Like, I keep saying you got to work on mixing stuff down, but it's important because that's quality of life stuff. Usually, you can get away with mixing stuff at much lower levels of gain and then turning it up slowly later on and then kind of massaging the sound if you find it clips in places. But that kind of production work is very difficult. That's why music producers are a separate breed of people from the actual musicians. Sound engineers, that's all they do is they tweak sounds and they look for those places so that they can bring like that one part of the frequency range where you're getting the clipping down below that threshold in a way that the human ear doesn't notice. They're very clever. It's an art form that I used to practice a little bit, but I'm not very good at. And I think that's one place you could work on in your music going forward.
I actually have a relative that's very good at that. He does a lot of mixing himself and specializing in.
Do you have anything to say about True Hell Sect pudding before we move on?
True Hell Sex? Yeah, not really. Nope, nothing at
Okay,
all.
great. There you go, Brenn. Yeah, not really. That's what we got to say about it.
Summer smiles.
Morbid City Underwater. I liked the mood it set, and I really liked how the not the lead guitar, but the rhythm guitar had all that distortion and was crunchy. It took me back to when I was an undergrad, and we totally took my friend's guitar and we put like two different distortion pedals between it and my mixer board. And we just like he'd play something and you couldn't even tell what note he hit. There was so much crunch there. It was just like, yes, this is slightly modulated crunchy sound. It was
Crunch,
fantastic.
crunch. I'm eating biscuits. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Exactly. And the mood, like I think the song is aptly named, the morbid. I think definitely comes through, and the underwater. I didn't put this in the text notes, but the underwater definitely kind of came through because I think that's what the distortion on that guitar
Yeah.
represents.
It feels like it dives down.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I got from that. That seems thematically. Fits thematically with the name.
Good.
Good. Applause to you, Brenn.
Thanks.
You did well.
And what about Nostradamus?
Yeah,
Superhero
Nostradamus.
theme.
He says superhero theme. When it first started, what I got from it was a regal kind of feeling. Like, this is like a king's music. And that's why I wrote here, like, is Nostradamus a king and not, like, a reference to the prophet? But I can see where superhero is also, like, a good way to describe it. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, man. Go ahead.
Well, he's kinda a superhero in a way because he was born with a lot of magic stuff because there's one person that gets a shit ton of power and
Hey, don't curse.
whoops, sorry.
I'm gonna bleep that later. I know I did the same mistake, but I'm trying to not repeat it again.
No, he said sheet, as in the thing you put on your beds.
Sheep. Oh, sheep.
Yeah,
Not
of
sheep.
course.
A sheep, Tom. Okay, what were we saying?
And so it's like a superhuman kind of stuff, and of course he can see the future, stuff like that.
Does that mean the future is predetermined?
In a way, well, how it works, it is that the world is a thought of a creature called the All Being, and the world is his mind. So if the All Being decides that something will happen, it most likely will happen.
Okay.
But if logic forbids this, or if this makes no sense, that depends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But stars can break logic, so that doesn't matter. Okay. I could possibly explain why I felt it was more superhero-like than regal-like. But I also got to get why elizibar kind of thinks it's regal theme. Just mainly because it sounds like that, but where I get the superhero motif from is because it also sounds very mysterious, and that reminds me of.
All right.
Like,
well,
it's like, here comes this guy we don't know about, but he's going to save the day.
Of course he's going to save the day. We just said he was a superhero.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they do.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we got Summoning the Breach here. It's 3 minutes long. I guess we'll listen to that, and then we'll settle in for the long dark of True Hell, which is like longer than some albums I've listened to.
Really?
It's longer than with the Breach as well.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, let's do this. Summoning the Breach. I'm glad he just like clipped whatever he was doing like right out of existence there. That was a good touch. Yep. All right, let's get back in here. All right, let's see. Yeah, dude, like, yeah. Your duding is the leitmotif for my life now.
Yep. And that beginning with the choir, it sounds super surprised.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. So since you have so strongly incorporated, you know, leitmotifs or leitmotifs into your work, I've screw pronouncing German correctly. It's never going to happen. I have declared that this
How it's
song,
pronounced in Swedish is ledmotiv.
yeah, what he said. Uh, but I declare the song to be Wagnerian, you know. But Brenn, since you're French and probably not an opera fan, I think this is actually somehow an unintended insult that I've perpetrated upon you, and I apologize for that fact. But it's too late to take it back now because I typed it up and it's on the stream.
I'm never gonna forgive you. Okay.
That's okay. Also, as a side comment, since I'm talking about Wagner and opera, Tristan and Isolde was a crap opera. I can't believe I sat through the whole thing. I was bored out of my mind by the end of the first act, which is a shame because some operas I really like. Also, totally at the end of that, dude, what was with the crunchy clipping distortion that happened? Like, I was
That's
like,
not a part of your trademark.
That's
Yeah.
the breach. They summoned the breach. That's the
oh,
sound of the breach.
They breached the sound limit, I guess.
they're breaking the
Yeah.
musical fourth wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, so it's also the intro and the outro of True Hell. So prepare your ears.
By the way, True Hell, I'm totally going to take a bathroom break when that song plays.
Oh! Now you can see what he really thinks about your music. It's so
Yeah.
good, he wants to take
And
it
get that
into the
sandwich.
bathroom.
And get a sandwich and some snacks.
Wow.
But I mean, I've already listened to it, so
Yeah.
and this already has my
I think all he's saying is that True Hell is like the soundtrack for his life.
Uh-huh. It fits with the name.
Wow. Okay, I'm just going to mute you guys and hit play. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you in 16 minutes. Okay. After 16 minutes and change, I return.
That was amazing. Good job.
There was a lot of
Thanks.
stuff there.
I like how the track laughed. You know,
How's the track? What?
the track was laughing at you.
Laughing. Oh yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
I don't know. I heard those as ahs, not ha's, but you know,
Ah,
not
ah.
to each to their own. And then the guitar after that was going do 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 done do 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 done. Yeah. Uh, anyway, there's a lot to say about that because it's really like we just listened to 9 different songs, maybe 10 different songs.
Mhm.
Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead.
I like that one part where we're listening to Hell's Elevator music. I think that was the second or third different shift in tone.
And then we get to like the driving music where I compare it to the Trackmania soundtrack.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, is this where we get in our Hell car and drive the Hell Highway? Because this feels like I should be driving. Wait, no, Hell Highway's waste. The Hellway. That's what we're driving on. Yeah, it had a nice groove. It needed something else. Just the bass guitar and the drums on their own weren't enough. It probably needed like a tight little synth line or something on it to really get that groove going. But you don't believe in synthesizers, so
At that moment, I didn't believe in synthesizer, there's one song with synthesizer in the Outer Beings, which is the next album, and there's also some synth in the album I'm actually working on.
Gotcha.
And who knows, maybe more synth later on.
Yeah, so let's see. The first part of the song, like I noted, it was somewhere around the 1 minute mark. You were doing this chord progression where you just kept building up tension, and that was really great. It really kind of got the "we're somewhere not happy" feeling across.
That's the true hell thing.
Let's see. Yeah, listen to their elevator music. I just wanted to type elevator. That's why I made that comment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and clipping at about the 3 minute mark. This song had lots of clipping in it. It was everywhere.
What?
Yeah, what'd you say, Pudding?
Not the part of his trademark.
Yeah, no, it was not part of his trademark. This was accidental. It was too late. His trademark is at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. You got to work on that. Let's see. Oh yeah, then we get like some fight music. That was awesome. Attica, Attica. All right. Oh, the guitar sounded like a laser. That was funny because you did it. You like hit a note, and then the way it was like at the right pitch, and it died off. It was just like the guitar went pew. And that made me laugh. I'm glad the microphone was muted, so nobody heard me laughing on the stream, because it probably would have destroyed all the tension in the world right there.
Gets shot by laser and laughs.
Yep. Let's see. Oh yeah, that one part with the chorus. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard that remix of Dancing Mad before. That's all that reminded me of. Did you steal? Is that choral sample that you were using? Like actually the Final Fantasy VI sound font of the chorus that plays?
I think Final Fantasy VI sound font is MIDI. It's actual MIDI.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's just
So
it doesn't matter. That was a joke anyway. Just not a very good one. Let's see. Guitar farting at us. Okay. Oh yeah, that silly tweet. Oh yeah. Yeah. What was going on here? Your MIDI controller went crazy. What instrument was that supposed to be?
I don't know either. I piano.
There was
An acoustic guitar. Is it a harp? It's an acoustic guitar. Oh my god.
I think there's a jazz guitar and
It's guitar. What?
yeah, jazz guitar, like an electric guitar with no gain. And there's also some kind of a piano font, but it's not really a piano.
Oh, okay. Hold on. We're backing up here. We're backing up here. It's a piano that's not a piano. I just want to get that thought out there for everybody. It's a piano.
A kid's piano.
Oh Lord. All right, we've probably talked about this enough. We've still got half the album to get through, so we should get back to it. Also, I would have sworn that sound was supposed to be a harpsichord when I first heard it, which is like a piano that's not a piano. So
I disagree. Okay.
Let's see. Everything's spiraling out of control. Orchids. Oh yeah, and the ending. It's high energy and fast, but I didn't really like the way it ended, and I can't tell you why. It just didn't work for me.
The outro is like the intro, but reversed. Like the intro is you're getting in through hell. The outro is you're getting out through hell.
You put on reverse gear and get backed out.
No, I didn't recorded it and then reversed it. I took the chord, reversed the chord, and then played it in the good way.
All right, let's see what do we got. Demon Prince. Oh, the Malekith dies apparently. Oh, this is going to be exciting.
Oh no, not Malekith. I'm gonna sob.
He's not gonna die.
It says
He's
it's
gonna
the end of
lose
him.
everything he has.
It says it's the end of him.
All right, well, let's
No.
just listen to it and find out. We'll listen to
Why
the
do
Demon
you-
Prince, and then we'll come back, and then we'll find out what happens to Malekith. I'm sure the song will be very explicit. There'll be some narration that tells us, and Malekith has lost everything that he cared for, but did not die, if what Brenn says is true. Otherwise, he's just dead. And I'm going to mute you guys so you can't respond to me. So, yeah.
But bar, elizibar.
I'm
But
back.
He
elizibar.
deserved it.
Jeez,
Okay, you're
guys.
back. I just wanted to say I don't agree with you.
Wait, you agree with me? What?
No, yeah, I don't agree with you.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I'm like listening to this thing, and all right, so it's like there's a lot of plodding along, and I don't really care about it. And then 2/3 of the way through, we shift. I start headbanging, and then we just go. It stops, and it's like, and my headbanging career has ended. And then the headbanging starts again, and then we stop again, and then we just kind of go back to dun 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 dun, and I got bored.
Yeah, this song is pretty boring.
I sort of zoned out after first riff. I don't remember anything. So, sorry.
Wow. He doesn't remember anything. You caused him to suffer lost time. Either that, or he was abducted by aliens during the middle of the song and then
Yeah, I went
returned.
on an adventure in the middle of the song, I became the president of Sweden, even though we don't have a president, but I've changed all the laws that I was have one. And
Wow.
I built a moon colony, colonized the galaxy.
Colonnated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Brenn, there you go. Your song caused him to colonate the galaxy.
That wasn't really the
Attention. I don't care.
thing, but
I don't even know anymore. Let's just go listen to the end of Malekith.
Poor Malik.
Yeah, he's gonna die or lose everything. We'll find out, I guess.
Maybe we'll just lose a toe or
who knows?
maybe it's pink. He's pinky toe.
I am so let down right now.
What?
I was expecting something that would signify that Malekith had lost everything or he had died or something, and instead we just got kind of like the downbeat mirror of him getting tortured from 15 songs ago.
Uh-huh.
And it didn't really do anything for me. So I'm left let down. I had hyped this up so much in my mind. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Did he lose his pinky toe?
So this track is the funniest moment of the whole campaign.
Oh my god.
At that time,
All right.
there are only three people left in the group. There's Malekith, whose real name is Eldon. There's Gar and an old paladin, and they were in the city of Malekith, and accidentally blow the whole city.
Do you mean blow up the whole city? Because otherwise, I don't know how you accidentally do that.
Blow up the whole city, okay? I hope. I beg, I pray to God.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how you accidentally do what you just said, but maybe you didn't actually mean what you just said.
No.
I just
they,
blow the whole city.
um, they,
Accidentally, of course, but
Anyway, please continue with your story. I'm sorry for the digression there.
they released some kind of a giant fetus unborn baby in the cities that destroyed everything. And and so Malekith tried to save some people, but when he managed to get people to a safer place, then there are lots of people that were friends that killed all the dark elves because they are dark elves and dark elves are evil. So he just lost all he has just because of some dumb stuff that happened earlier. And so it's the end of Malekith because Malekith is a fake name. The character gives himself to rule the city. So now that the city is totally destroyed, it's the end of Malekith.
Okay, so if I understand this, some people blew up a city. The king of the city, whose name's not actually Malekith,
Yep.
quit being king, and there was a giant psychic baby.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I saw this movie.
what's it called?
I don't remember. Akira. I'm sure this happened at the end of Akira. Yeah.
I've seen it. That's actually quite similar to that plot, yeah.
Yeah, some of it, yeah. I mean, you know, Tetsuo instead of Malekith, but yeah, yeah.
But Tatsu didn't blow up. City. That
No,
was Akira.
Akira came back and blew up the city to
Yeah.
get rid of Tetsuo, so Tetsuo didn't blow up the city. Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Akira comes back and blows up the city to keep Tetsuo from blowing up the city. How does this make any sense?
Movie logic, you know.
Okay, anyway, moving on. So what do we got coming up here? We got the Duel, Hiding in Pandemonium, Apocalypse, Banned by the Gods. We got 1 hour left, and we've got a lot of songs left. I think I'm going to go through a couple of the songs here. We'll go through the Duel and Hiding in Pandemonium, and then we can talk about those, and we'll play it by ear after that.
Okay.
All right, let me get this party going again. Stupid Windows. Just get my stupid Pandemonium window over here. There we go. All right. Somehow, apparently, trying to move a browser window onto my right monitor made all my windows minimize.
My god, that cat.
Oh yeah, that cat, man. That cat was catting it up. He wants you to pay money to Merriam-Webster for using their dictionary. All right. So, okay. So the first track, I mean, you kind of addressed that in the chat. It's similar to Sons of Armageddon. Yeah, I was listening to it and I'm like, this sounds like something we listened to very recently.
Yeah, tune that one out. That's it. Be like the song, especially that.
Also, there was like a really high note. There was like two of them that played like a third of the way into that track, and they were so high pitched. I'm pretty sure the dolphins 1,000 miles away from me in the ocean heard that.
That's for me to control them.
Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Ah.
Now, what I'm really going to kind of critique you on here. All right, so the second track we listened to was what, Hiding in Pandemonium?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pandemonium, a wild uproar. You know what I did not hear in that song?
A wild uproar, I guess.
Exactly, Brenn. Did you not hear that? Explain yourself, you freak.
In this world, the pandemonium is like another plane of existence, like another dimension, if you will. So
Yeah, it's probably home to the demons because it's also another name for hell. So
yeah, but it's not hell, and it's not true hell.
no, we've already been there.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the fake one now. We're in the cheap knockoff. This is the Jersey Shore of hells. So
Yeah.
really, it's just as terrible. But instead of having like real like horrifying monsters, we just have God. What's the character that was on that show? Suki. She's there, and everybody's like, "Why are we listening to this woman who has no interest in us at all, but has a crew of camera people following her around?"
So the sequel no one wanted.
I'm just gonna leave this text up here as we talk. This seems like false advertising. Just
I want to add my own. May I do that?
No.
No? Okay. Then I'm going to do it anyway, okay? So, my impression is, it feels like one of those tracks that would play in a video game when you reach that area, which is kind of dire and gloomy. I got a feeling of sickliness, like you're walking through some kind of wasteland with a lot of bloated, dead, rotting corpses from maybe a battle or so, and there were flies everywhere, and the sky was dark and so forth. That's the impression this song gave me.
Okay.
Alright, guys, I hate to rush it, but we gotta basically just listen to the rest of the album and then talk about it
In a
in the
row?
next 30 minutes. Yeah, we just gotta go. So,
Okay.
Pudding, if you just wanna like go get coffee for the next 30 minutes, there you go. Same thing with you, Brenn. You're familiar with your own music, so I'm just gonna
I'm
queue
getting
up.
my cat.
Oh, there you go. I'm just gonna hit play and type notes in Notepad and just let it go, and we'll see what happens. All right. So I'll see you guys on the flip side of this. But we've got 30 minutes and we've got 20 minutes of music. So I'll see you. Whew. Wow. Okay.
No,
We made it.
They're alive.
We made it. We've got 10 minutes. All right. Good. That worked out pretty well.
Okay.
Hurry.
All right. You probably saw like all my comments. Let's see. Apocalypse. I really liked it. It started off so ominous, and I liked the way how the guitar kicked in. Oh yes, Queen Slay. That was a random comment from me. I caught my breath when we had the little breakdown, and then I was waiting on the drums. And oh, that clipping though. Yeah, you got to watch out for your clipping and all your stuff. Let's see. Abandoned by the Gods, the symbol stuff. Oh yeah, distortion clipping all over. It's kind of nice. What is supposed to be going on in that scene? Because it felt like some kind of struggle.
It's actually how people try to survive the apocalypse, because the apocalypse is mostly deep ones coming out of the water and just destroying everywhere, plus most of the gods that start to do weird stuff. So that's the apocalypse. Then there's Abandoned by the God, where lots of people have died, and those who manage to survive are desperately seeking for help. And it's also
Very dark.
it's also a pre-boss fight theme, because the characters are going to the water, to the north, because that's where the apocalypse came from, and they are trying to try to stop that. And on that beach, totally destroyed, there's a lot going on. And then the Plague from the Ocean part is some... how to explain that? There's kinda cultists, but not really. Some giant pillars, and the sea that throw stuff, and there's a kraken also. So they have to battle through all that. And then the two short tracks, one of them is one of the characters becoming a deep one, because the other man got the things, the other guy is a total asshole, so I just okay, I don't even care anymore. Then there's Cthulhu Awakening, which is...
Wait, do you not care, or does the character not care? Because I got confused there, because I'm showing like all this stuff about clipping on the screen, because that's literally all I heard. Like for the rest of this album was clipping, 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 and I'm like, does he not care about the clipping, or does the character not care, or okay?
Clipping.
So Deep Ones, the guy turns into one, then Cthulhu awakens, and then what's this crystal stuff that got tacked on at the end that interrupted my Cthulhu get hype water sounds? This is your bathroom. Yeah, Cthulhu Fatagan.
The crystal is like the
Come on, we've only got 5
crystal,
minutes. Let's
obviously.
go.
Okay.
Hurry.
So it's like the crystal is in fact an egg,
Okay.
born of the Dark Elves, Goddess, and Cthulhu.
Oh my.
And what?
Nothing.
And so he started to awaken Cthulhu, and then why not attack the survivors, people that survived the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
So he just sent his army. So so the last party member go to the crystal, breaks it, then they see that there's a creature inside. So they destroy the creature, but the creature dying is going like, okay, I'm using the ritual, which is awakening Cthulhu for my own, because I don't want to die. And so it morphs into some kind of hideous beast and
Mm-hmm.
the final boss. And then it's the author being the next album.
All right. Well, I think you saw all my comments. So, Pudding, you get the
Yep.
last couple of minutes here, man.
Last couple of minutes. Yeah, like I've said in chat, the last third act of the album feels quite uninspired, and like you just slapped together the songs for the most part, because I feel that songs in the beginning of first and into the second act were more inspired than these ones. That's basically what I felt when listening to the third act. That's a summation.
And I'm gonna kind of agree with some of that. Like, I really liked Apocalypse. I liked Abandoned by the
Mhm.
Gods, and then I didn't really care for Plague from the Ocean, and You Are One of Them very much. Cthulhu Awakening kind of like built me up to this crescendo where I was ready to just go, and then we didn't get that at all, and we went somewhere else, and then that somewhere else turned into like the audio equivalent of a clip show where we were just playing back refrains of things I've heard before or things
Mhm.
that were very similar, and that was kind of a letdown. I don't know what I expected after Cthulhu Awakening, but the two tracks that we got there at the very end were not what I expected.
So, but you live and you learn, Brenn.
What?
You live and you learn. You don't know what that means.
I don't, because I don't understand you.
He said, "You live and you learn." So, we're just providing you some feedback so you can take that feedback and improve. I know you've done music since this point, and we'll listen to it at some point soon.
Mm-hmm.
But just kind of, there's our feedback. You can use it to
Okay.
get better. You could also reject it. You can be like, no, those two idiots don't know what they're talking about. That's also an acceptable response to receiving feedback. So it's not a big deal. Anyway, I've got less than 2 minutes here, so I should probably wrap this party up. Uh, Pudding, thank you for joining us. And Brenn,
Right.
thank you for being here and sharing this with all of us. The viewer counts kind of fluctuated between like 2 and 5.
5.
Yeah. So we've had people come in and listen and leave, which for something that lasts for 3 hours is pretty acceptable. Like, that's normal. Don't worry about it.
Imagine someone just clicking on the listening party, then hear a lot of clipping.
Well, hopefully they just blame like YouTube or my stream or something for that, and not the actual music.
Of course,
Mm-hmm.
that's YouTube.
But
Yep.
we have talked so
My
much.
fault.
We have talked so much about the clippings. I don't think blame YouTube for the stream.
I'm
Just
gonna
giving it away.
drop a link to your Bandcamp in the chat right there in case anybody out there is interested. I'm also gonna pull it up over here. You need some album art here, buddy.
Yep. I have a friend that maybe gonna make some.
I hope
So,
that friend's not me.
no, he already started to.
Wait, hold on. You guys are friends? I didn't know.
Oh crap! Yeah, in the interest of full disclosure, we have a friendly, cordial relationship. There, done. All right,
Wow.
guys. I gotta go because it is 2 o'clock and I need to go get cracking on lunch and stuff like that. You all have a great. Well, it's kind of late for you, isn't it? So a great evening, and I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
I hope.
All
I'll
right.
stay here if you want me to listen to some more of your music, Brenn.
As you wish, but Elizibar,
Has to go.
Elizibar, shall we make another listening party for the other albums?
We'll do that. It won't be for a few weeks because
Okay.
my next week I'm backed up with I've got the after hours pagers, so I may not even do a stream at all on Sunday.
Mm.
And I promised somebody that gave me a game to play his game
Mhm.
on stream soon, so I might do that after next week. But we'll
Okay.
figure it out. And yeah, you guys have a great day.
Thanks. See ya.
See ya.
Ciao.
Have a great day.